Good morning. Coming to you live at 07 hours, 21 minutes, Monday, February 4th, 2019. I titled this Black Supremacy. We created it, how much it have from the inside, the outside, and us. This video is my first grand video of this year. The other video I should have created that it had a schedule for is the elites. But something told me not to do that yet because first I need us as the African descendant people in America. This is the warning. I already gave one. Only 3 people watched that. Please share my videos, please, because a lot of these videos are more warning. You see this type of videos. I don't create videos saying I hate black women or black men, we stupid. When I do talk about those, I talk about specific things. I don't want to bash the men or the women, but the things I say, I want them to be as a form of understanding. I learned this. To be understood, you have to understand first. And if you don't understand, how can you be understood? Because that means there's not a side, there's not a place for the other side, the other person in this case, or other persons, other people in this case that goes with that, will not understand you because you never took the time out to understand who they are. So you just want to be under. I don't want to just be understood. I want to understand as well. As I guide and challenge, as I say, I hate the word teaching, but we have taught, teach, and trained our young men and women to be certain ways. But when you become adult, those ways are no longer legit because at some point you have to say, hold up, wait a minute, let me put some boom in it. If you're old enough, you will remember that one. So, but seriously, you will have to say to yourself, hold up. There is something I'm doing that I hate. And there is something that somebody is doing that I hate. Which one would you want to stop? Naturally, since we are nurture, breeder, and foster a certain way, we always look at that other person, never look at ourselves. But till we then look at ourselves, we can see what's wrong. I'm not going to call them flaws or flies. They're literally flies. Because it's going over your head, it's flying past you. But somehow you use your past for your now, and you already using your now for your future. When your past posted is already went by, you use those experiences as experience, exactly what they are. That was the experience. They don't have to be lessons. Just because somebody call it a lesson, that don't mean just like words. That's why words is so important. But you don't have to play that game. You don't have to play that rule because it's the past. I don't have to care nothing about the past, but I choose to. I know to take little pieces and bits of information. I make sure it's correct. Make sure I can cite the sources. And when I'm going to my now, so in my past, if I knew that I had a problem with a certain thing, a certain action, a cause and effect, I'm still on me. I'm not worried about that I did to myself. What the now is a gift because we call it a present. Present. It's in the form of before is given to you. That's why it's called the now. Every minute go by is the now. Every minute go by is the past. Every minute going forward. So when I'm at 4 minutes, at 32, 33, 34, that's the now. But in the future, so when I get done my live, just say this live take me 30 minutes. So at basically 8 a.m., 0800 hours, let's say I'm done with this live. That's the future. But right now, I'm at 7:30 or 7:25 per se right now. I'm in my now. It's a gift. It's a present. Is what I do now can affect my future. So think about that. Your past is what you experience. You can utilize it. Utilize some things. You brought some things with you that you need. But remember, that's not it because the now, the present is the gift. Presented is giving to you. You can't predict the future, but you can prepare. So now if you zip 10 years, 5 years, first you're gonna do 2 years. Where do you see yourself in 2 years? You made a New Year's resolution for the year, but this New Year's resolution should be carrying to you for 2 years, 5 years, and 10 years. It's going to be part of that plan because what you do now. Remember, I was saying last year on August. No, what's the actual date? It was March 4th. No, March 24th. I was going to save $1,000. We in February. I should have saved that and some if I stick to my plan. So I made that that was my past and my present as I'm doing it. How far did I get? I'm not predicting the future, and we coming up on it. We're not on March 24th. It was March, August, or April 24th. I can't recall, but I stuck to it. Whatever date it was on, I just can go back into my savings account, or when I wrote it down, I didn't look at it yet because what I do, I don't look at it. So this goes into what I'm saying. This is titled Black Supremacy. As I became a man or adult, I never called myself grown because I am 6'5" and I wasn't done growing. To me, I look at as an adult, I am an able working body man that now has full responsibility of all my actions. I already have full responsibility of my actions, but at a certain age, at 14, I wasn't a man because I didn't have full. Because now I got responsibility of my action, but I didn't have full responsibility of everything I did. So I was living under my parents' household. I was being guarded and parented so far still. I know in some circumstances that don't happen for all children. That's so unfortunate. But to me, I still even things that you may not have a parent, but you went through some things that almost kind of matured you. It kind of it warped, it sped up your maturity. But in reality, it sped your maturity up, but you haven't had time to do other things you should have been doing at 14. So at the end, remember, as I said, don't matter if you got 100 in your test, that was your average. I can average the same average. If it's 365 days out the year and only 60 days out of the year, you got 100. And then the other days in the 65, you got 80. Now let's do the reverse. Let's do out of the 65 days out of the year, you got a 300. In the 300 days, you got 100. In the 85 or 80, let's say 80 in the 65 days. But on my 65 days, I got 100 and my 300 got an 80. If you do the math, that kind of balancing out our average. You're going to have a couple more points than me, but that don't mean that you did so much greater than me the whole year. It just showed that we were at different maturity levels. See, that was the best way to show me because I know there are going to be some math people, but that's to avoid just to get to an understanding. And you gotta learn. I hear people say, "I'm not perfect. I'm not this. I'm not that." You are not. But the one thing we have done to each other, we have we have made ourselves first gravitate to negative. Think about right now anything you do in life. Now think about how you're gonna get there. Now, now tell me in the comment section that I want to discuss a lot of these things. I want to see participation so we can get to a grounds. to start really understanding each other. Because this is black supremacy. I'm not using the other word. I'm calling this black supremacy. And just as you call yourself a nigga, they called you nigger. Just as you hurt your women, they hurt your women. Just as you hurt yourself, they hurt you as well. So this is black supremacy. Your negative is always going to be inward or outward because that's what you're taking part of. The least participation you have, the more black supremacy is going to rule over you. The more participation you have, the less of black supremacy going to rule over you. That double-edged sword again. The least or more. Which one do you are you going to choose? Which one do you prefer? Now, if we want to get rid of supreme order, the new world order, the other supremacy of the other races, because we're going to call it that, because the black supremacy is just African descendant people. The other races have part on the supreme order. We don't. Just because we think we're married to them or anything, that don't mean nothing to them. Because they'll turn right around. The person you with will call you the same name. Like I see it intermingling interracial relationships. I see if we using the patriarch and the matriarch with the man and woman, and if the man the head of the household, as we all want to take on, if she marry another race man that's not of black or quote unquote black and African descent, she's gonna follow his mind, his train of thought, his ideology, what he thinks is gonna be rule in that house and what he has control over. And he has control over her. But if the man, since we follow the matriarch and patriarch of the household as well too, I can be a African descendant black man, quote unquote, and my house is going. It can be okay. I can still do black power, and I can't. I won't. If I get a fight, I can just tell her to leave. She have to submit, and she not submitting to me. She can leave, but my kids can stay. That's how the patriarch and matriarch supposed to work. Because a child can be without their mother. The child should never be without their father. So if we start picking up on things I'm saying right now, we understand black supremacy and just do it in reverse. And you would get that other supremacy. And what I notice, I want to call out YouTube channels that does this. Because we need to know who the counter is. But before I say that, this was amazing to me 5 years ago when it got big, but it's been in the work for 20, but it's been way more years than this. We know that. But strong going 10 years, but 5 years at their stronger, and their last 2, 3 years been the strongest. It's to create the black supremacy. I went to work and didn't realize I'm still not part of it. I joined in because as I get these visions to guide and challenge you, I get visions to go to people or like, oh, let me click on that. And I just be nosy. I'm not doing seeing who's watching who. I started what I learned when I was at my job. These black women had hate for me. I understand that their father did something, but I never seen it at this rate. I was like, it was hate. It wasn't no in between liners. So what I did, I started following the women that was hating me. They know it was me, and they said okay. So I'm clicking on what is they allowing to be programmed into their mind over and over. Okay, they watch Love and Hip Hop and Basketball Wives. I say okay, that's still not it because there's a program of the spirit of, but there's not a program of the words. There's not a influctuation. It's not a mass amount of hate produced from those shows for a black woman to hate a black man. I'm talking from the black man perspective when I talk to my friend. She want to use both sides. I said, no, speak from the woman's side. But I said, only speak from that side if you got enough information. Because when I started going deeper, she and what women would do, which they have programmed to do, to say you're complaining, you're crying, you're weak. But some women will listen because they want to know where is this coming from. But no woman is really, the women will not dive deep because we are following that patriarch that the man is the head. So he's got to be strong, 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 strong. He can't be nothing. He can't have that feminine part of him of caring and nurture and kindness. That's a and cherish. That's a part that man may need and he should have. Because how he's going to cater to her, how he's going to cherish her, how is he going to call her his goddess or empress or queen? I'll say empress. I dismantle queen and goddess because those words have different meanings. If you study words, you would know why I don't use them. I would say empress. Why is why is doing this for my empress? But I'm all strong, masculine. That's why I said had that made that video, the masculine film and feminine with mother, father, ma, pa, ma, fa, fa, fee, fe, matriarch, patriarch. Think about that. And so we go on. It was on and on and on, and I was like, "What's wrong?" Then I start finding these other women online. One lady has a following of 21,000 women. They all may not be black women, but let's just imagine, let's say 10,000 of them is black women. But what I noticed, we are in a digital world now. We get our TV online, we get our entertainment online, we get our news online, and everything. It's not fake or false. A lot of news is real. They're just controlling our minds and programs to telling us this is real news, but we're gonna tell you it's fake. But what we're trying to do is that's not what we want to show you anyway. This is real. They're gonna say this is a trans. This is real news, but this is not what we want to show you. But we're going to show it anyway. But then show some more. See, this is real news. This is what I really want to show you. But behind it, I'm gonna show you some other news. So I'm gonna give you an order example. I'm gonna show you Tom Brady, but Michael Jordan has Sir is in some murder. The closest one to only a Michael Jordan could be a LeBron because of his activity in the community. Tom Brady done nothing community wise and advertisement endorsement wise. Think about that. LeBron and Michael Jordan have hit the pinnacle of community and advertise endorsements and advertisement. Tom Brady is not even in the middle of either one of those two. He's not even in the same ball field. But since he's white, because we in black supremacy, remember I'm doing opposite. I'm not going to use that word to give it power. I'm saying this to take away power. And this is the only way that I learned. To take away power, you have to use the opposite. So in black supremacy, they got to program our minds and now tell us Tom Brady, they don't, and what I learned about supremacy, supreme order, they don't care who's the mantelpiece. Long as a Euro or Caucasus looking man, they don't care. That's one thing they would do. The art of war, they don't care how they fight the war. We got all these standards and built up. They got requirements too. It's easy. So they got to place their pieces. See, in war, it's a strategy, it's a game of chess. If you know how to play chess and you over 30 and you close to 30, if you know how to play chess, you over 30 and 40 and you never played chess, I recommend highly you learn how to play chess. And if women, if you can have a book club, you can have a TV show club, learn how to play chess, learn how to go play games and create these women clubs with women where it calls you to actually think. And that's what our women not doing. They're not thinking. So it's easy to program. All I see in a lot of women, if they're not talking about black supremacy, they're talking about weave, makeup, eyelashes, about other women. It's no unity. And I know women can't say they don't see men because we created all types of things. And women, we can't do it for you. And joining hands with black supremacy is not going to get you there. In this case, I don't have to say it. Joining hand with white women is not going to get you a unity. Black men only learn, quote unquote, African descendant men in America. No, we have to literally take each other and join hands. We have to join hands. We have to join hands. This is not the symbol for men. Our men symbol is joining hands, locking together, hand over hand, finger over finger. So when we come apart, we go like that, and we can latch on back again. Men, we learned that. Women, you'll have to learn that. And that's what we keep trying to tell you. Because women, once you learn your power, this will all end. I put this on the future generations. I put this on our ancestors. They will stand up and rise with me. If you can feel the vibrations in the spirit right now, I feel it. See how you talk about the Holy Ghost? I feel the spirit right now rising in me saying, when I said that, if black women, quote unquote, black women in America, African descendant women in America can do this, everything we see right now will end. It's as that movie when the Kung Fu master with Po, when he said kadoosh. That's all it could take. A kadoosh, a woosah. It will end just that quick. But hold on. That's too easy, right? Because it's gotta be negative. It's gotta be a whole bunch of negative. So I learned this. To tell a lie, you have to tell the truth first. This is how you this is the easiest way. Now think about all the programs we do. To tell a lie, you gotta tell the truth. If you gotta go to the store, I need you to get some milk, cheese, and bread. I know it takes on the average. I'm gonna from walking from your place, your point A to point B, it takes you 15 minutes there and back. It's not that far. You actually being allotted an extra 5 to 8 minutes because it's only like a 2 to 3, 4 minute walk. But we're gonna give you that people walk. But somehow, instead of 15 minutes, you was going for 20, 25, 22 minutes. And you come back and I ask you, why did it take you so long? Now, out of your mouth, you have to tell the truth before you tell any lie. Or you got to tell, even if you start with a lie, at some point you got to have the truth. But mainly, you got to start with the truth. So I know before anything happened, before I had to step down on this earth had to be created first. That's starting with the truth. Now, after that, I can say anything I want. So when I went to the store, when I came back, I did come back. But I came back in 10 minutes later and I asked you where you go. Just because you don't tell somebody something, that's a lie. Anything that is dishonest and that's hidden is a lie. Think about it. Anything that's dishonest and hidden. Think about all the programs that when you read them, there's a hidden. It's something there. It is very hidden from you. Think about it. Think about everything you do. It say you have to seek. No, I don't. Why is you hiding it? If I get to point A and point B, I'm not going to tell. How do you teach a child? It's Barney style, we call it, right? We go A, B, C, D. We don't go F, G, or U, T, Z. We don't start at U. When we count 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, we don't start at 20 and say 19, 18, 17, 6, or we don't say 30, 31, 32, but then we're going to go back and go 1 to 32, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we don't do that. We start at 0 to 1. Correct? Then when you get familiar, then we pick spots and points where we're going to count down from or count up to and then count down back from that other spot so we can see to make sure you learned it, right? That's the test. To know you can do it left and right, up and down, we know that you learned it. So that's the same thing with program to make sure you learned it. And Black Supremacy, I gotta send you up and down and left, right without starting that. Don't say one. The first number is zero. Just as I have 0 likes and 0 people watching me. But I'm at 25 minutes now. You can't start at one. I had to start at zero. Now I'm on 25. Think about that. That's a program they did. See, I'm giving you these are results and resolution. But I'm not being heard because on black supremacy, we better dog out a woman. I don't feel bad for her and her story. It's that we rather gravitate to that. And now instead of talk about how the situation will not happen again with the next generation. I'm the 19 and 20-year-olds are redeemable, and quote unquote the eight is the from the younger children are teachable, and the baby's not even here yet. The baby's not here, the children's here, the teenagers here, and it's a woman and man right now that's still redeemable, about to become a man or a woman. But we talking about some woman that make the same mistake as 80% of women. Because we just did the black supremacy, did the math. We broke it down. I'm about to break down some things to you if you got some time with me. And excuse me for not doing the timeline on the other video. I'm gonna do the timeline on this video. We're gonna break down black supremacy and us, what we do wrong. First, let's start with a statistic. Our population make up 33%. So if we just start from 100, from 33% is 100. So out of 100 of us, they say we make up 52% of the crime rate. So that's more than half. So 52% out of 100. So we're going to do 50-50 of 100 make up the crime rate out of 33%. But if I'm using 33, so if 33% of Americans are black, but 52% is the crime rate that we make up, that would have for 2 to 3 every black person to create a crime, right? We have to commit a crime. So that's debunked again, black supremacy. Now, they say that majority of the black men has babies. That's not true, or even women, but let's go into it. Let's say that we know that is out of 33, we're going to go from 100. If we do 50-50 of men without baby and with babies. So let's split that in half again, because you got to think that they saying men with babies black men don't take care, quote unquote, black African descendant men don't take care of their babies. My man Red Supreme did this. So half of 50 don't take care of their babies. But we know half of 50, the ones that's not married, are having multiple babies with who? Multiple women. So if we break that down again, those multiple women are having babies by who? If it's less than almost 60% of black men that have children and that's taking care of their children is not accounted for in this. So only 25 to 15%, 15 to 25% of black men have the children out of our population. So how is it that the little, even come on, black supremacy with the men and the women, how is it that the little is the lot? I even wrote, check out my Instagram at Oness, ONESS 1 ONE_716. I even wrote this on I called it Black Men Unite. And black supremacy at its best. How is Cardi B standing for black women, but she's not a black woman? Quote unquote black. It's a name, it's a design, it's a classification. It's when we call it ethnicity or nationality, which is not, because either you're African descent or you're not, and you're mixed with all these other things. That's Arabic, Dutch, French, Swedish. They actually that's a nationality. Spanish, Spaniards, to create all these nationalities in one. That is called mixing. But if you of one nationality and you go with another nationality, you create a baby, that's called biracial. So how a mixed woman that's not full black to determine or fuel the little bit of women to be whores. I don't care about her married. Her marriage status is whore status though. So y'all are being depicted from a woman that's not black. You're listening to her that's not black. The little bit of you are listening to the multitude are listening to the few. That's why black men are coming up in the black supremacy and we don't even realize it. Because we're learning, I'm not like that nigga. Now I'll say nigga for purposes because our women love to call men niggas and they love to be with niggas. See, they don't call them men. They be call them niggas. They call them boys, sissy five, panther advisory, pussies, and all these other names. They don't call them men. They call them niggas. That right there, black supremacy, should tell you who you're dealing with, black supremacy. I don't disrespect no woman, but I'm asking you women, guess I was asking a man to understand when you call your brother a nigga, you call him less than a man. You're calling the black supremacy name that they gave us. So you allowing statistics to rule over us. We are being ruled by the few. But to many, I'm not following that. I don't have a child. I am not a product of my environment. Rest his soul, Trayvon Martin, Martin Luther King, Brother Malcolm, Marcus Garvey, the Black Panthers. I stand for them all. I stand for them all. All my brothers, because that's been hurt. I even walk in reality with Colin Kaepernick, not in the contract of the NFL knee. Because we don't understand black supremacy have more power than other supreme orders. We are the controller of our destination. At some point, as an adult, you have to say it is no longer somebody else's fault. We have to stop playing victim. But that's what oppression and suppression do. That's what oppression does. And I understand that. That's why I don't direct my words specifically always. I'm a man, but if I have a man discussion, I try to lighten the load and say, I can't say this to black women as I want, because it's not all. I am talking to the few, the proud, the whores. The few, the proud, the Marine is our slogan for the service. So think about that. The few and the proud, they're proud of it. They proud of shaking their ass everywhere. He proud of slutting women around. He proud of pimping them and womanizing her and beating her and using her. He flaunts it. He gets in her car. He flashes money. He pick up other women and he tell them, and them other women agree, the 20%. So the 20% is hanging with the 20%, but then somehow seeping in that 80% somehow jump in there and start using that as they catapult them. So black supremacy is ran by black people. We can't blame that on no other group. After a while, I am 36. I cannot blame my mother. I can ask my mother why she did it. I can always ask questions, but I can't blame no woman, my mother, or any my aunt, my nieces, or nothing to blame anything on them of my own actions. After a while, it's no longer nobody else's fault. It's been not their fault. After 30, when you got to 30, you went through life a little bit. You did some things you shouldn't. Hopefully you did. You stopped at a point where you ain't go too far, but if you did, you still redeemable. Because you still got an opportunity and chance. If you got still breath to breathe and your feet can touch the ground and you can get up and stand and walk, you're redeemable. I don't call it repentance. I call it redeemable because I'm not religious. And redeemable actions in black supremacy, which we don't know, we can recover from it. But we can't allow the few. And here's a few. I found these online when I learned that these women that was hating me, a black man from black women, was following these people. It's an online community. If you don't have an offline community and have an online community, and all you doing is looking at your phone, how are you interacting with me? I'm a real person. I'll talk on here for a few minutes and I go offline and meet you outside. Your head down in your phone, or you don't want to look at me. So who was really in charge of black supremacy? Us, like in wrestling, the RED, black people. people, black people, we are our destroyers of our own demise. Black people. And that's what, if we chant, that's all we should be chanting. And then we shouldn't be, there should be no more. This is all spiritual that's given me. We don't have to picket no more. We don't have to boycott no more. And we don't need a strike. We just need to find the grounds to stand on together and talk and to have a discussion board, have a forum, create, build, and form. That's the foundation. Let's gather up. Let's start setting precedent of ourselves, black supremacy first. It's not our fault. And I want to say this to black women. You are not protected by who? Black men. Okay. Now, I'm 36. I don't ask you to protect me. I never felt love outside of my, but that's only just that's sad a little bit. And there's black people out there, but in this percentage, now I'm gonna leave the small amount of people that's wrong. This is dealing with love, and a lot of people have felt it or never didn't realize it. I realized I have love when I was called a man, my mother, even my father in some way. But fully immersed in love, I haven't never felt that. I've never seen a woman, how a woman say black men should protect black women. It's not a tit for tat, but I never seen a black woman protect me. That's part of black supremacy. I never seen a woman stand up for me. I'm talking about in my personal life. So all you women in your personal life, and you never seen a black man stand for you, we are in the same boat. They never seen them protect you. But then now I am 36. Here's the man in me. I don't care. I don't care not with a salt, with a pinch. I don't flavor it with bitterness. I don't care because now I'm 36. The things that I've been through, black supremacy, I'm not going to call it the other word. It's black supremacy because we're doing it to ourselves. Things that I've been through have strengthened me. I am no longer part of the coalitions, the programming, the what else that we do, the propaganda. Only if I choose to. See, you are taking the time out to choose to be part of black supremacy. I am not choosing that. When I don't choose it, I don't batter my women. You know what I just told them? I understand and agree. I will never understand a woman mentality a day in my life because I am not a woman. Now, this is just for instructional purpose. No homo. And if I was gay, I still couldn't understand a woman. If I cut off my penis and drink hormones of estrogen all day, I still wasn't understand a woman because I was never a woman. I was born from day one in that embryo. The creator has sought me out and called me a man. Just as in that first day in that embryo, when that was being inseminated through that sperm, that first day of that woman, she was called a woman from that day one. You are a man. I'm debunking science, black supremacy. You are a man from day one. Once that egg go in there and you're being created, you are a man, whatever you come out as. That's what you was as in that embryo. What the genetic DNA, deoxynucleic acid created you as. You were a man or you were a woman. So I would never understand a woman, don't matter what I do to my body. I can augment it, I can cut off, I can add on, I can suck in, I can put in, I can take out, add, remove. No, that won't change that I am still a man. I don't care how hard you try. You cannot become the opposite sex, black supremacy. So to say that, what we're doing, I cannot take away a woman's pain. See, she said I don't protect her, but guess what? And let's say the black man say he never got love from a black woman. But guess what? We allow in our past to control our present, our gift, our now. We are presented. So if I'm presented this black woman that has all this in her, am I ready to receive? That's what, as a man of 36, I am knocking black supremacy away. I am no more going to follow in the same footsteps as a lot of people has. So start thinking about that. That is something you have control over. Anything is positive is have you have control over. The first control is you, your minds, your thoughts, your actions, and your movements. Anything negative is outside of you. The farther you get away from you, that's your heart. That's where love begins. The farther you get away, the less you have control over, which is good because you don't want to control everything. Because then now that's going to show you how to become what you need to become. But you have to be very mindful. And that's why I say you got to have a focus. You got to stay in your purpose, your mission, and position. If you on the focus and you're constantly, insistently focused, you don't have to worry about messing up, doing something wrong. So now I want to go to now black supremacy. How can we break free? So as I stated, no, I'm not going to say the names of all these online social media outlets. These mass and flood. They are flooding the, like how we say we're flood the market. So they're going to flood. They're flooding our program. So you got to think black supremacy. What type of imagery? Now we got the televisions and the news. Now, what type of visual are you going in your ear? Now, if you want love, I don't care what nobody say. Black supremacy. If you go out of your race and all you are listening to a woman or a man telling you to hate your own race, I have to assume you already hate your color. Because first, if you look at my skin color, what person did I get birth from? What type of man and woman had me? Black supremacy. Now, I know a lot of people are not going to watch this that need to watch it, but you're going to watch it. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to hang around these people. You're going to have to watch your actions in the sound. And I'll be the first saying, I hate watching my actions when I know people around me is doing wrong. So when people ask me, am I perfect? I love it. I love to see them get mad. Because you know why they get mad? Because they only thinking on a certain plane. I'm not thinking on the same plane. I'm not so highly spiritual either. My plane of thinking is like, I'm not subscribed to I'm not followed. So the woman doing that, I had to check it out. I didn't know they was hating me because they was following and their prescription. That was a good one that just came to me. Not just being subscribed to these people that's being toxic and corrosive and destructive, black supremacy. They're being part of it because now they can comment or get on the panel board with them and talk and spew all their toxicity. And then guess what's going to happen? More and more. So we allowing the 20 to 30% black supremacy to come over to 70 and 80%. Hold on. Don't we know in numbers we win? Crush the 20 and 30. Let's do that again. Crush the 20 and 30. Because when I'm in the midst of them, it seems as it's less of me because there's another percent. The other percent of me, they're sitting still like this. They're not going to talk, which is actually the same as not as saying. Because imagine if you look at a domination, we always use it David and Goliath. Why? Because it's a giant over a smaller person. So a whole bunch of people look like a wave, a tsunami coming over you. You're going to look up and be like, oh, and it shadows you. It covers your own shadow. More people cover the less people shadow. So how are we allowing black supremacy to rule over us still? We got to think about that. And when you are quiet, you're just as bad as the other people. Because what you're going to allow, remember, there's a next generation after us. Guess who they're watching at all times? See, maybe in the workplace, they won't see you. But let's start, if you go outside, a place that's not a place of business, any other place, there's a child or there's a young man or woman that's about to become a man that's watching you over and over and over. Even me, even you two say I only had 3 views. I know that can be a lie. I know young men and women have watched mine, and I had times when they were peering in. So if I prescribe myself, so if I'm taking all the drugs, so if I'm watching those same videos that's saying I hate myself, I hate my men, I hate my women, I hate my race, I hate my mother, I hate my father, and first of all, remember, is you, and I hate myself. Guess what? Let me go get it. Let me get it real quick to show you how we doing it. This is the pill bottle for vitamin B. Vitamin B. Okay. Every day. I got my hate myself. Yeah, delicious. Black supremacy. Give me that. I hate my women. I hate my men. I hate my mother. My father. Come on. You doing this. You might as well just take the bottle, take the cotton out. I ain't throw this bottle away yet. And just start eating it. That's all we doing. That's black supremacy. We're prescribing ourselves. We don't need this. Take the cap, tighten it up, go throw it away, and come back to black love. Do black love exist? Yes. It's stupid, a functionality of what we told we were supposed to do. But once I became a man, I know how to hold me. I knew how to stand on my own 2 feet. After that, I know what I needed. I don't know more. I have to get on my knees and plead to him. Because I'm 6'5". Guess what? I'm taller than most men, so I stand over them. And I look at my women, but I stand tall. Fist in the air. That's that power we call. I ain't looking for another power to come save me. I know my savior is me and the same men that walk with me. See, we trump small things. Ooh, you ain't feel that. Come on now. This is the now, this is the present, this is not the past. But that's don't forget, because we don't want to repeat. Because we're going to be doing the same thing. So black supremacy, they can kiss our. But at a new frame, I got a new light. That's the task. See, I was given a platform to use for my best of me. See, I know I didn't get shown, but I'm still not going to diss my dad. See, we going to hold on. That's awesome. That's rad. So we going to surf on them. See, I don't got to call her my mommy. She don't got to call me her poppy or her daddy or her zaddy. Because I didn't birth her. But I want to cover her and cherish her and nurture her. See, but I got discipline in me. I'm hard up. See, they calling me less than I'm a beta or I'm a man that can't stand up. But I showed them already. I don't need to keep seasoning them, so I bland up. See, I go in one direction. I'm not rude. I'm just blunt. See, I ain't got to smoke it. I can puff past that, or I can give all the knowledge in my head so I can make us better. Because that young man can be filled up with the good smoke in his head. He ain't got to get high off the gas. He can just fill it up. Because the now we working is a president. Come on, man. We better than that. We don't need the 4-5. See, that's the fit. Ooh. See, you don't even get that line. But I ain't got to keep talking to you and telling you different lies. See, without rising the spirit, it applies. See, what you talking about is to bring us back down. That's black supremacy. That's to keep keeping us weighted down. That's died. I ain't got to be 6 feet under. I told you I'm 6'5". I'm standing tall. I'm growing. I'm at my pinnacle of my life. I don't need the status to say I'm the boss. I don't need to rule over you to be your master. See, the blind lead the blind. That's the continuation of still being lost. See, the lost and found, that's the dummies. See, they still got to dog you out because they don't know their worth. That's why they've got to praise and go run back to their mommies. See, but we keep missing it. See, I'm tired of being a mister. I'm a sir. I'm a king. She my empress. I don't use the word queen. And I don't call her other word because I know what that truly means. I'm not a nice guy because that used to be foolish. See how they change words right before our eyes. See, that's why black supremacy needs to stand stronger. As our brothers need to make hands unite to become one. So we got to take back what we lost. But if we can understand that, we can build a better plan. We can get our land back. I ain't talking about the physical land where the dirt and the soil lay. I'm talking about the foundations in our mind. where everything rub it roused. That's like child's play. Come on now. Bring it back. Let's go. We talk about the old days and the old school, the old rules, but we in new times where they switched up so many times. I don't even know. I'm just all confused. See, I'm battered and abused, but I know my skin tough. See them scars? My skin went over them so many times. I've been brilliant. Now I'm raised because my perseverance. Now I'm resilient. Come on, man. Be a man. Take care of your children. Stop hurting the women. And women, close your goddamn legs. Them the same goddamn men that's messing up the community over and over again. Yeah, we love curses in the sand. I know. Keep rolling the weed, man. Don't give him a hard time. Just come at the brothers that's trying to make it out of the place that he came to destroy him because he ain't want to be the product of his environment. I know. This make too much sense. So I need to go watch these guys fight and say who the best instead of standing together and say beat our chest like we King Kong. We gotta be the top of the mountain and sing the same goddamn song over and over again. The same sad love story that's not gonna work for us over and over again. Because we gotta break free, because we gotta show we the true men. Why you think they made weapons? None of them gonna beat us face to face in the fist fight. You see every sport we dominate, but we still in the plantation. We still picking cotton for them while they still marginalizing us and belittling us and killing us in the street. But we still don't get it. But we got the gold chains and we eating, but we still in shackles where we stay pleading. And our brothers keep dying, our sisters stay bleeding. They even using them for sex trafficking. How is that $1 billion business? How they even got the timeline to understand where the money is reported to even get the timeline. Come on now. So if we gonna keep following black supremacy, we gonna keep being lost. We don't want to break free. We love being on our knees and being our daddy. See, we want to be Sambos and being witches and mammies over and over again. Long as I get away from what they used to do to us, now it look like they doing it, but we going right back to them. That's just chattelized slavery. You don't even see it. So if you want to believe what you want to believe, come here. We're going to start at grounds where our young men and women can play around. The children don't have nothing to feel. The only thing they should fear is nothing. It should be a child and a child life. It should be a kid where a kid can be a kid, where a kid can play and have somewhere to stay and put their head down at the end of the night. But I'm going to be the knight. I'm not Batman. I ain't got to be a vigilante to show that I'm the right man. So on my right hand and my left hand. Sometimes if you're looking for the right man, he might be on the left hand. Because he might be able to talk to him because you wasn't able to get there. But that's the purpose of black man unity, not black man supremacy, why we keep putting each other down over and over. We put on all his makeups and wigs and try to act like one another. Some of those clowns. Oh, you ain't get that. I know, because you saying that's just a formality. That's just something to do. But you scared to rock your own hairdo. Come on. I know you are. A lot of men scared too. That's why we act tough. That's why we puff. That's why we bluff a lot. In the game of poker, we'll lose because we never got the right cards or the tools. How you come in with a wrench and I got a hammer? See, I ain't talking about a hammer. I'm talking about a hammer to nail that nail down so I can build a house. See, that's where the foundation starts. But you got to have the blueprint. But we ain't coming together to build it yet. Come on. And if we understand that black supremacy and we not building and forming, I stop there because that's where we at. We just building and forming still. We ain't getting nowhere because it's going to be that small percentage of black supremacy that keep doing the same thing over and over and over. We'll keep hurting the women over and over and over. The women not going to be around over and over. I don't blame them, but after a certain age, I look at them and say, you too grown for that. Since you a grown ass woman, you are a boss, you independent. But you can't. You're not even bright though. If I know if this is too heavy for me, I'm gonna at least put on a acting like, excuse me, miss. Or this is as a man, if I know I couldn't cook, like, excuse me, miss, I found all these ingredients. I smell in your house, you can cook. I see the food. All I need is to show me how to season it. I was not trying to rhyme that. But can you do that? See, I haven't hurt nobody in my neighborhood. Whether the woman like me or not, at least I'll get that out of her. You hurt the woman so bad, you can't get that out of her, sir. That's black supremacy. Yeah, they raping them too, but they only looking at you. The white men raping her, the Arabic men raping black women too. They Arabic and white men, the Spanish, Puerto Rican man raping and killing black women too. The Dutch, the French, the Japanese, the Chinese. But since she looked like you the fault. We gonna because we allowed that to happen. We didn't, but our ancestors, they fought and they fought. And we stopped fighting along the way, and then they tried to dominate and became supreme. That's why we follow in their ways and not ours. We didn't write none of these books. They stole a lot of things from us, but we didn't write the book saying that how it was going to be. Because if we're going to write it how it's going to be, we wouldn't be sitting here no more. They'd be in our position probably because some of y'all are. I wouldn't agree because I wouldn't want what's done to me to be done to them. I would just want them to understand your ancestor was wrong. You kept it up. It's some punishment you gonna come because even for them, black supremacy after a certain age, they should know as well. But you only going to be held accountable based on the color of your skin because that's the color of their skin. I'm not going to wrap my mind around they shouldn't be mad at me or all black men, but they are. That's their nature. They're babies. And I'm going to have to say it to some of these young African descendant, quote unquote, black men and men alike, or as such as women act as babies. They throw tantrums. They need always a loving, helping hand. So until we do that, you're going to constantly blame us. It's a con. I'm going to say constantly because it is a con. It's a trick. But that's black supremacy for you. I don't know. What else can I say to help you understand this? Let me know. Because that's what it's going to happen in black supremacy. It's black supremacy. I'm going to keep saying it because I'm not saying the other thing. I'm not giving that power. I'm giving this power because in a spell or curse, if I say the opposite of it, it takes the power back and you just put it into place and it don't know where to go. So right now, in black supremacy, we have the chance to take it somewhere. And once we take it there, we don't even have to use black supremacy. It's called black community, community and unity, black community building. Just do everything that's building, creating, and forming. That sound much better than black supremacy. That sound way better. Building, strength, united, community. Oh, that would be before I die. You know how like everybody, like when people when Barack Obama, the first black people was crying that went through a lot of things that we didn't go through. I would cry if I seen a black community where the men was at the gate and the enemy was trying to the outsiders, the colonizers was trying to redo what they did thousands of years ago to us. Bring their stupid form of we don't want your religion. I'm gonna call it religion because that's all it is. Everything they give us is their religion. That's how they live. But they stole ours. That's why they needed our women. So and then I'm telling you, women, I'm telling you, we all know this. If you understand power and transferring the power, vibration, frequency, the universe, it's the woman. And I don't. Well, when I say it, I don't mean it in some crazy women is gonna control men type of way because men was never supposed to be in this position to do this to women. But it's only the white people, the Jews that they call it. So they made themselves the Jews and they procreated with people to make themselves. So them people are on their side. That's why they wrote it that way. They wrote the book. They wrote every literature a certain way. Because if we keep doing it, black supremacy will appear. If I say for 1,000 years, this is the God, this is the God, this is the God, change the name, but still it's the God. This is the God, but change the name. After now, in 2019, of course, that, remember, 50 years ago, we didn't have a holiday. Now we have holidays. Come on now, you gotta remember that. It's the same exact thing. It didn't change. Black supremacy didn't change. It just came in a different way. Because they are building, creating, and forming black supremacy over and over and over. They have mastered black supremacy. I want to say names, but I'm not, because this is not done for the same reason as they're doing it. They don't even understand they're under a, let's say I'm under a program, but at least I'm under a program that I'm not hurting myself. I'm not. I love my skin color. Kiss myself. Give myself a hug. I love myself. But if you under a program that when you can't love yourself first, then go from there, you are truly lost. That's why they call it the Matrix. And I want to let you know the Matrix was created by gay white women. Think about that movie. And we always want to use this red, pink, and blue and red pill. I never really say it. But and I wonder, the people that say it, do y'all know that the Matrix was directors and the engineers of the movie was gay white people? I wonder if you know that. Did you know that? I don't think you know that. And the first Matrix, they thought back then, and early in the stage, they had to tell black women they were nothing. They didn't have in the first Matrix, there is not a black woman. Think about that. But now all the movies going forward, there's not a black man. There's a woman that looks tomboyish, or she's gay, or she looks as a man, or she's not bearable to be with. And she's caramel or dark skin. And then she's biracial, but she's telling a story and they're being meek. They're being kind to her. Watch what you see, black supremacy. In the movies with the black man, there's not a lot of movies. We have the movie Jungle Fever, Mississippi Burning, and this other movie with the black man. But all the other movies are black women with the white man. And all they show is the angry black man trying to destroy her with the man. But it don't show how we got there. But then when they show it, that's thrown out the door because the image is already implanted that the black man is demonized. Black supremacy, again, at its finest. What else I can say before I end this? I hope you learn something from these. I hope you pick up. I hope you don't think these are useless. I can say that I see a lot of people like YouTubes and social media. They're not spiritual. They're just speaking from a book. I met a guy. He went by Bay, something Bay, beginning of it. And I cannot recall what it mean at the time, what Bay mean. And he was no spirit. It was just all word based. Word based. You see, I've been studying since I was a certain age. It was all word. I'm like, so I was like, where your spirit at? You don't get a sense of when you talking about this? He said no. In so many words, he told me no. I said, sir, well, I get a lot of the spirit part. I know what you're saying is true already, but there's no spirit. But I said, I'm not knocking you for it. But then when you say some things, I know, and I say, how deep did you study this? Besides this one book or these few books. He said, well, I was taught. And I said, exactly, I wasn't taught. Anything I'm going to reason to be on my own. I'm going to share it with you and see what your mind said. See, I wasn't taught to come out of black supremacy. See, I wasn't taught that. I had to be aware. I had to be, I hate the word, but I'm going to use it. I dislike it. Awaken. I had to get, I don't even use that. I don't have to use it. I'm given revelation. So of course, I'm going to sound crazy, but the more you dig in, dive deeper to the source, you're going to find the truth. So I don't worry about how crazy I sound, but I know I studied men throughout history. They went crazy because they didn't fill their life up with joy, fun, doing different things. And that's what I do. I bowl, I play basketball, I play tennis when there's no snow outside, and things as that. I go have fun and enjoy myself. Or I just go around people. I take that black supremacy away and I start them off as a clean slate. So what I say unto one, I say unto all. It's your path, it's your journey, it's your choice. Choose wisely. I always say be the best you can be. If you're not being the best you can be, who are you being? So have a good day. Enjoy your day. Stay hydrated. Eat healthy. A healthy mind is a healthy heart. A healthy heart is a healthy mind. So if you healthy and you can keep yourself away from a lot of things that's toxic, it's your mind. The two ways things can enter your body. What you see and hear. Your eye gate, your ear gate. Think about what you're watching every day. Black supremacy at its finest. What is some things that you watch that you can say, I don't really need to watch this? What are some things you listen to? Because when you on YouTube and you listening to these toxic and corrosive and destructive black supremacy people, you don't have to listen to them. You're taking in. You're gonna eat junk food and think you're gonna get healthy. Because even those people will say it's a rules to this. If you this type of black person, you shouldn't go date out. Stay in your race. They even see what they do. Black supremacy at its finest. They even tell you to stay. If you hurt, stay in your race. Like there is nothing. Hold on, there is nothing wrong with they're spewing the to break away the family in a whole culture. Because think about this: black supremacy. A few people hurt them. It's 7.5 billion people on this earth, according to the Census Bureau of the World Fund Pew Report, FBI, all these things. It's supposedly 7.5 or at least 7 billion. So you telling me the 6 women I dated, almost 300 to 500 women I came across, which I didn't fully interact with, only but so many, and I still have seven. I still have 7.5 billion to go. I didn't even scratch the surface of meeting all the women in the world, or even African descent, quote unquote, black women. If it's 7.5 people, let's say we make up 2.5 of that. I haven't hit the 500,000 mark yet. I haven't hit the 500 women mark. I still haven't scratched the surface of how many black women I could have met. I don't care about the age, because it's enough women around my age within a 10-year from 35 from 22 at least to 36, from 36 to 46. There's enough women in those age range for me to meet. And if I do some takeaway, let's say it's 1 million. I haven't even hit the surface. Don't matter how you look at it, I haven't hit the surface. But I'm reigning supreme, black supremacy. Think about that. Say la vie, shalom. You have a great day. Nothing missing, nothing broken. If you just can take all of that, everything I said, and just think about it. Think about what are you doing to yourself? Hold on. What are you really doing to yourself? Think about that. What are you really doing and saying to yourself? You haven't even touched the surface. You haven't even made a dent into how many people you can meet, how many black people you can come across. From Africa to America to UK to Japan to China. You got South America. You got Europe. You got North America. This is all of North America right here. Come on now. You got Africa, Asia, Antarctica. You telling me that's this? We haven't even touched the whole land. We haven't discovered the whole land yet. So you telling me you are hard up and angry at every black man and woman, and you hadn't even touched who they are. You gave them all a stigma and stereotype through black supremacy, but they are who you are. If not, then why do you say you are? Because if you wasn't, why would you say that's you? that means you don't even want to be yourself. That right there tell me you don't love yourself.